I'm Tammy, and welcome to my kitchen. Last winter I made an oat maple bread that was absolutely delicious, and I haven't made it in a while. And my 15, she just turned 15-year-old daughter has been requesting that. So today I'm going to show you how to make my maple oat bread. It's a sweet bread, but it is absolutely delicious when it is warm, and you can put butter over the top and you will love it. Okay, first I'm going to start out with 1 cup of warm water. You don't want too hot of water or too cold of water because you want to put your yeast in here. The warm's going to help activate it, but if it's too hot, it will kill the yeast. So we got 1 cup of warm water. Basically, I could stick my finger in the water and it wouldn't burn me. And it's not steaming when it comes out of the faucet either. And inside this 1 cup of warm water, we're going to put some fast rising instant yeast. We're just going to dump the whole package in there. And with that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. And we're just going to stir this around and get it all mixed together pretty good. You want to be gentle. Then we're just going to set that off to the side and let that yeast start coming alive. Alright, already in here I have 3 cups of bread flour. Now you can use any like all-purpose flour if you wanted to. I've done that before plenty of times, but I had some bread flour left over that I needed to use up in a bag. So we have 3 cups of bread flour, and to that I'm going to add some baking powder. There's 2 teaspoons of baking powder there. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of sugar. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of old-fashioned whole grain oats. And I'm just going to blend all this together here before I turn the mixer on. Making sure to get down there in the bottom and just get it mixed up pretty good. All right. Now if you look here, you can see that the yeast is activated. And so we're going to pour this into our dry mixture. Then we're going to add another 1/2 cup of warm water. I'm going to take some pancake syrup. We got about 1/4 cup of pancake syrup. Maple. Actually, you could probably use butter flavored any in there. We got that out pretty good. Now you could add cinnamon to this. You could add butter. Put a little bit of butter in there with it if you wanted to, but we're not going to add anything just yet. Now we're just going to mix this on low. I just took my cover off that was up here just so you guys can see it a little bit better. I've got my dough hook on. I'm going to push this flour down here, get it in there. starting to see the flour get mixed in there a little bit better. Alright, now we're going to speed this up a little bit more. Now I'm just going to raise it up and scrape it all down again. You see on the bottom where there's still some flour that's not been incorporated, so we're just going to get all that into the dough. And this, of course, is a sticky dough. Scrape my spoon off here. And we're going to mix it some more. The dough off the dough hook here. And then we're going to get ready to get it in our pan so it can rise. Alright, we're just going to turn this dough out, making sure to scrape the bowl. And that's just flour. I got all-purpose flour on my counters. All right. I'll get some flour on my fingers and scooch that off the spoon. We're not going to knead this dough very much, because we want it to be, the more you knead it, it seems to get tougher to me. And I want it, it's already a tight bread, I would say. And I don't want it too tight. We're just going to basically shape it into what we want. Look, it's not even really sticking to my hands. And I already have a pan. Let's get some of this out of the way. And my loaf pan has already been sprayed with some baking spray so it won't stick to my pan. You can use any kind you want. Mine is olive oil spray. And I'm just gonna pick this up and put it in there. Then I'm just going to cover it and we're going to let it rise. And we'll check back in a little bit. Now you can cover it and let it rise on the countertop. but I actually have covered it, and this is a glass of very hot tap water. My hot water gets extremely hot, and it's actually steaming. So we're just going to put it in the microwave. That way it creates a warm environment, because it's kind of cold in my house today. We only keep it on like 69 degrees in here. And so it's going to take a shorter amount of time by putting it in the microwave here than what if I left it on my counter. I've also just put it in the oven, and without even turning the oven on is what I've done. And it's rose just fine in there too. So we'll check back in a little while. Okay, so my maple oat bread has now risen beautifully. And I'm going to take some melted butter. And just go across the top. Gentle, because I don't want it to fall. And it's rose now. Let's see. For about 3 hours. And I'm going to stick it in the oven on 350. And then I'll check it in about 20 minutes. Look how beautiful the bread is. I did take it out. Checked it with a toothpick. It was almost done. I slathered the top with some more melted butter. Put it back in. Let it finish browning. It is done now. And it is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. I really can't tell you how long that this took to bake. Like I said, I stuck a toothpick in it and made sure it was done. Put a little bit, or it was close to being done. Put a little bit of butter back on. Put it back in to brown up some more. And then took it out of the oven. I really don't ever measure anything, and I just tried to measure it out because people wanted this recipe. And so I forgot to time how long it was in the oven. Sorry about that.